Democrats in the House have passed a nearly $2 trillion stimulus bill that includes direct payments to Americans. The debate now moves to the Senate.
The House bill included a minimum wage hike to $15, but that provision will not be in the bill brought up in the Senate because it did not meet the strict rules of budget reconciliation. Los Angeles Congresswoman Karen Bass says a raise of the minimum wage is desperately needed.
We are talking about a minimum wage of $7 an hour. Well, can you imagine that? I mean, again, fortunately, our state is forward thinking. We were already considering the minimum wage several years ago, but you just can't survive. And so why would we, in the richest country in the history of the world, essentially subject people to poverty wages? And what happens when you work for big companies, say like a Walmart or something else, and you're paid the minimum wage? Well, basically the federal government is subsidizing you because some people wind up qualifying for public assistance and Medicaid. And so what good does that do? You're paying for it one way or another, and I don't think the federal government should be responsible for subsidizing people in that manner. The big companies, multi-billion dollar operations, they can't afford to pay their employees better.
Also this week, Congresswoman Bass reintroducing the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. It includes changes to qualified immunity for law enforcement and bans on racial profiling and no-knock warrants for federal drug cases. Bass says it was brought forth again this week because of what she calls renewed hope.
People are far more aware of the problems with policing in the United States than there were before the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. And then I also think because we have a president who is very clearly in favor of this, that makes me very hopeful. One, that we will pass it off the floor, but also that we will be able to have a bill out of the Senate that the president can sign.
And a vote on that bill is expected to happen in the House next week.